everyone, welcome to Miami Life and Fitness. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why you are not gaining muscle. Alright guys, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about why you're not gaining muscle. We're just going to get right into the video. So there's 5 reasons why we're going to talk about today, and stay tuned until the end of the video so you get to see, to me, the most important one. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you're going to find this video of value, and don't forget to hit the super thanks, which is right underneath the information, which is a big giant heart, so that you can give a super thanks if you find value and you get help from my videos here on YouTube, which is all free. If you do need a consultation, however, to see what you're going to do, what you need to do, how to fix your food, how to fix your training, how to fix everything overall, or if you just want monthly coaching, whether you're in prep or not, then email me at miamilifeandfitness@gmail.com, and my email is also down below where it says more. Just click that button, you get all this great information about me. So the first reason that you are not gaining muscle is because you are not training properly. If you don't train properly, or if you don't train hard enough, you will not tear the necessary fibers. And the thing is that your muscles will adapt. The muscles will adapt to whatever level you're working on. So if you stay at a beginner level and you're going to be the next 2 years working at a beginner level, and you're still doing bicep curls with 10 pounds, ladies and guys, you're still doing bicep curls less than I do at 20 pounds, then you're really not going to overload the muscle, and you're not going to tear the necessary fibers. What happens is the muscle adapts to a certain level of stimulus and will not surpass that. And then of course it has that memory, and it's gonna say, you know, like let's say there's 10 guys inside your biceps that wake up every time you do your 20-pound dumbbell curl. Then what happens is the other 30 guys that are sleeping, which are a total of 40 guys that you have, so you can do an 80-pound dumbbell curl. What happens is you're never gonna get to that. So the 30 guys stay sleeping inside because they're always on vacation because they're not needed. You have to make sure that you are stimulating enough muscle growth and that you are progressively overloading little by little so that you can increase the muscle growth, which is going to in turn reduce your fat, help you build more muscle as it pushes away the fat, and you will look leaner, stronger, more defined, and sexier, because we all want to be sexy with our clothes off. That's what we all want, because we all want to look amazing like this, or amazing like this. Alright, so reason number 2 is you're not doing the right exercises. This one, I'm gonna have to throw you guys under the bus. Ladies, most of you don't do the right exercises, and the reason why is, to me, I think it's just because you're either scared, or you're intimidated in the gym, or you really have no direction and you really don't know which exercises to do. What I mean by this is we all should be performing compound exercises every single day, whether it's a tricep, which is still a small muscle group. You can do your skull crusher, or you can do a deadlift, a bench press, your squat, whatever kind of squat. There's different variations of squat, but your overhead military press, the bucket, which is what I call my bucket move. You have to perform compound moves. Why? Because they are going to stimulate more fibers within that muscle. They're going to work more muscles, okay, so that you are stimulating more muscle growth, which is going to increase your level of intensity of your workout, which is going to allow you to burn more calories, gain more muscle, and at the end of the day, it's going to shred more fat. You have to include compound moves. Ladies, this is why this goes to you. Ladies, listen up again. Ladies, most of you are performing little moves by these cute little rah-rah girls, yay, rah-rah, that are the fitness influencers, whether it's on any social media platform, on YouTube. They have their cute little channel with all their tons of makeup and their makeup. But listen, if I walked around all day with a hairstylist, a makeup artist, my wardrobe is already fly. My wardrobe is already fly, so I don't need any help in my wardrobe, and my hair is amazing. But if I walked around with a professional photographer every day who assisted me with all of my shots, lighting, editing, post-production, and I had a makeup artist who did my makeup was flawless even if I was working out, then, you know, my videos and my fitness would be a million times more banging. But it's not. I think that my videos are fine the way that they are, because I think that what I do is portraying what I do is on a real level, on a real day-to-day life, and I'm going off on a complete tangent here. So let's get back to focusing. Ladies, if you're following those ding dong and those poser and those really fake and phony ass female influencers doing donkey kicks, working with cables, working with bands, you're really not doing anything. Those are isolated moves, and at the end of the day, those isolated moves are not compound moves. But those isolated moves, the bands are taking away your resistance from actually putting more weight, and cables. All those things are taking away from you actually putting more weight and adding more resistance to your training. So those isolated moves are really not going to do anything for you. The isolated moves are more for detail, not so much for muscle growth. If you're in the last 7 to 14 days of your competition prep and you need more detail as you're drying out and as you're in a calorie deficit, then those moves are needed then. But in my opinion, if you're doing 5 to 6 exercises per muscle group, because that's really all you need, then 3 to 4 moves, which are your first moves when you have most of the energy, should be performed at the beginning of your exercise and should be the compound moves. The 2 at the back end should be your isolation move. Example, on leg day, I do 5 moves. I do 3 compound moves for my legs up front, which are the ones that are gonna completely exhaust me. And then my last 2 moves, I hit the hamstrings. Whether it's the laying down hamstring, the seated hamstring, the isolated individual, 1 leg at a time hamstring, this is what I do, okay? But you need to get your compound moves first, where you have all your energy that are going to basically stimulate, for example, again, the legs. It's gonna stimulate your glutes, your hamstrings, and your quads all at once, whether it's a front squat, whichever variation of the front squat, your hack squat, your pendulum squat, the Smith squat, the free squat, whichever squat you're gonna do, it's gonna stimulate your entire upper thigh, everything from front to back. Even your inner thigh is gonna be stimulated. So those are the exercises that are going to increase your muscle growth, and these are the exercises that we need to focus on. Not just getting in there and doing cable, kickbacks, and bands, and little jumps and all this shit. Ladies, that's not gonna get you anywhere. And guys too, unless you're a ballerina working at the Miami or the New York City Ballet, that's not gonna work either. Moving on to point number 3. All right, so reason number 3 is you're not resting enough and you're not taking the necessary rest days off. There are some people that I talk to, some people that I know, people in general all around the world that really train 7 days a week. And some people train 6 days a week. Listen, our bodies are meant to perform at a certain level, and depending on what age you are, if you're restoring your hormones, if your hormones are balanced, then you can keep up with your body and keep up with your rest. But at the end of the day, if you're not on an anabolic cycle and you're past your 20s, you're not going to be able to recover. So going in the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week without a day off is the sure way to lose muscle gains, not recover, not repair your muscles. You're going to ache your bones and your joints, and you're going to set yourself up for injury. You have to rest. I honestly believe in doing 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off, or you can do 4 days on, 1 day off, or 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. You know, Dorian did that way, Mike Menser did that. You have to take the necessary rest days. And if you are not on an anabolic cycle, which is gonna help you recover, or on a TRT or HRT where you can actually recover, then you are not gonna be able to rest and you're not gonna be able to repair the muscle. So you have to take the necessary rest days, because at the end of the day, you're just going to waste your time in the gym and actually go backwards instead of forward. Okay, reason number 4 is you are never switching anything up, or worse, you switch it up all the time. There are some people that love to switch up their routine every single week, every 30 days. Listen, you're never gonna see what works, and you're never gonna see which exercises are gonna be effective for you if you're switching it up every 14 days or every 30 days. You are never going to figure out what exercises are most effective for you. Okay, in my opinion, the exercises pretty much need to be the same, about 80%, and then I do believe in switching 1 or 2 up either every exercise or every 14 days, every 2 weeks. The reason why is because there's different types of, let's say there's different types of deadlifts. You have your straight leg and you have your traditional. There's different types of bench press. You have your flat and your chest, traditional on the bench, free weight, dumbbell on the Smith, or on an actual hammer machine. The squat, you have different variations of a squat. You got the free squat, the Smith squat, the hack squat, the pendulum squat, and 2 variations of a front squat. One with the pad behind you and one without. So you should actually switch them up, you know? So like do a leg press and a Smith squat and a hack squat. Or you can do a deadlift and lunge and then the leg press. But there's different variations that you can do, but still performing the same compound moves, but just kind of changing the variation of it every 7 to 14 days. Also, the isolation moves, which you should perform at the back end, you can switch those up too. For instance, When I do my rear delts, I love doing the rear delt on the machine that's also switched up for the chest. This one, the fly, right? For the dumbbells, right? I love doing that machine because I really feel it and I love how it isolates. There's also the face pulls. Those I do every 2 to 3 weeks for a variation. And then there's the dumbbell row, the bent over dumbbell row for your rear delts. Those I love doing as well. So those are different variations that I do, but every single time I do perform the one on the fly machine, and then I'll switch up either the rows, the dumbbell rows, the bent over dumbbell rows, or the face pulls for my rear delts. There's also other things that I perform. Sometimes I do an Arnold press or the dumbbell military press. Other times I do a military press on the Smith. Other times I just do a regular, my bucket and so forth. But there's certain variations that you can do to switch things up. But your main core moves have to stay the same. Your core compound moves have to stay the same. Those are your bread and butter. Like the back row, like the lat pull down, and like your pull up. Those are your bread and butter of all of the exercises that should always be there. Then you can throw in 1 or 2 different moves every 7 to 14 days to switch it up. But people, you're trying to be cool and you're taking so much time and so much energy and so much effort writing all these outlines of your workouts every 2 weeks and every 30 days. It's way too much work and you're never gonna see what works. And thanks for staying with me until the end of the videos. This is my favorite one, reason number 5. Reason number 5 is you're training like an amateur. There's nothing wrong with being an amateur. We all start somewhere and we all were once a beginner. But if you don't know what to do and you don't have a clue how to begin your fitness journey, but you do want to do it, then you need to get some advice or hire a trainer, hire me, or at least schedule a consultation with me, because it's going to be value for you and it's going to be a guide for you and an investment for yourself and in order to reach your goal. So email me at miamilifeandfitness@gmail.com or go to my website to schedule a consultation at www.miamilifeandfitness.com. But if you don't have a clue, or you're intimidated, or you're scared, or you really don't have the first idea of how to begin, then you should hire a trainer, hire a coach, go with a buddy, a guy especially. Guys are the best as buddies in the gym. These are the things that are important. If you don't have a clue, then it's okay to ask someone for guidance or advice, and ask in order so you can do things correctly, and especially because you don't want to get injured. Because the worst thing is setting yourself up for injury, or worse, Sarabi's best friend is here, Puma! Or worse, you don't want to spend 12 months doing the work that you could have gotten in gains in 3 to 4 months because you didn't do things properly, or you don't want to spend $50 to have a consultation with me. So I hope you found value in this video, and if you found value in this video and you appreciate and you support my channel, then I support you, and I thank you so much, and I love all of you. Thank you so much. Again, during this week, write your questions on the community, or here or there, wherever it is, a community, and I will be doing the video later on in the week for the Q&A. Don't forget to watch one of these videos. Super thanks to Big Heart, and thank you so much. Comment below, please, because it does help the algo. I really appreciate each and every one of you that take 5 seconds out of your time and leave a little comment.